Okay folks, so come a long ways on this boiler. Well, let me start. Yesterday we went and looked at the baits, and I guess I'm going to probably put that video in here, or you may have already watched it, but I did make a deal on it. I did pay for it. It is mine. I just got to make another trip up there to get it, and I'll videotape all that. Try to do a little better job at videotaping. We're about 5 psi on this boiler, so done a lot of work on this thing. Got all the new parts on it. Sight glass, tricox, which is only 2, but it's what it's called. Got just a temporary pump on it with a tank to add water. Just made that real quick, and then used another air cylinder, different air cylinder than the other one. This one's smaller, so it would probably pump more pressure, but just got it plumbed in. And yeah, I did use some galvanized on that, but that's all I had right now. So anyway, let me see, new pressure relief valve. Sometimes you got to get what you got to get. I wanted to go 80 with this, or maybe even 60. I ended up going 90, but I don't, have a problem with that really. I wish I had. I've got to get these screws, probably cut these off and put new ones in it. But it seems to be working out. We're up to a little over 5 psi. So I'm going to go ahead and run this up until the pop-off comes off at 90. And first time I've ever fired anything with gas. This is, like I said, LP, or yeah, propane. And then I think it was originally natural gas, and which I'm sure it was. So what we've done is went to a 35 thousandths MIG tip, and that's basically working as our orifice to run our fire. As you can see, it don't look too bad. I mean, I'm not sure what it's supposed to look like. I mean, but that's pretty decent. I guess there's a little bit of orange in there too, but it's working, and hopefully we can get this thing up there. It's gaining pretty quick, so we'll know here real soon. What was I saying? Oh, I was actually gonna pipe up an engine to this, but I didn't have time. I went ahead and put a starter on my backhoe and started. I dug a tree out. I need to get out of the way, and I'm getting ready to do the foundation for the Erie City Irons Works engine. We're going to go ahead and get the foundation done for it, hopefully this week. So I'm just going to wait this thing out here. It's about 10 psi, and we'll see what happens. All right, folks. She's coming up really quick. The only problem is we're using propane, and steam engines are inefficient unless you get into a high-speed turbine engine. So I tell people that it don't matter how inefficient it is if your fuel is free. But now when you're using propane, it's not free, so it's costing money. So I'm not much on propane, but this boiler just happened to be that way, so I wanted to check it out. She's up to 40 already, moving right up. So we're going to run it on up to 90 and check the pressure relief valve. It's been rebuilt, but it should still work. We'll see how it goes, and then we don't have anything hooked up to run, but we'll play with it a little bit. All right, folks, climbing pretty well, pretty quick. Don't hold a lot of water, so of course shouldn't take too long to build up. Now the tricox, the highest tricox is about center with the glass, so kind of weird. I don't know. I guess as long as you stay within your glass, you're okay. You can make more power the least amount of water you run, but a lot less chance of blowing up with more water. But you don't want so much water that it's going to prime, which priming is coming out there into your engine. So, like I said, we'll see what this thing does. Hopefully the gauge is right. I didn't check it, so this is one I've had, and I think I've ran it before on other stuff, so I'm pretty sure it's good. But this needs a nice little gauge on it. It's going to need some more work, but like I said, I don't know what I'm going to do. I may end up selling it, so we'll see. I'm not much into gas fired. All right, folks, we're over 80 now. Shouldn't be too much longer before. Not used to not having a bunch of smoke or anything, so she's smokeless. I don't want to stand in front of that thing. 85. I don't know how accurate the gauge is either, so we can't be for sure. There's about 88. Not seen anything yet. 89, almost 90. Oh, I see it start to smoke. Yeah, smoking. Need to do its thing. A little above 90, 91, maybe 92. Starting to release. Like I said, I don't think it'll be very violent. Still increasing. We're almost up to 95. Now, like I said, it could be the... Okay. Yeah, close back at 80. That's surprising it went down that far. Do it one more time. A little more violent than I figured it'd be compared to what the other one was. So we think it went off at 95, but now it could have went off at 90, and my gauge might be a little bit off, but we're within specs. I mean, well, I ain't gonna say specs, we're within a safe range. And I'm just surprised it went down as far as it went. I thought it dropped, that meant it dropped reduced pressure 3 psi. I don't know. I'm not gonna complain either way. So we're back at 85, we got plenty of water. No use to add water. So I'll turn you back on when we start to get closer to 95. Okay, I just noticed it's starting to do it a little earlier this time. There's 90. I mean, it's been on the shelf for years. So 91, 92. Here you go. Stopped at 85 that time. Climbing back pretty quick. Yeah, I think it probably just had been sitting a long time and it's getting its groove, I guess. Pretty happy with that. Yep. So she's coming on about 90, 91 and going off about 85 this time. So yeah, that's pretty good. Couldn't ask for better than that. Alright folks, I've let it do it probably 10 times now, multiple times, just to test it, and so far It's going off about 91, 92, coming back on at 85, closing up at 85. So do it one more time here. Can't be too safe, right? There you go. Working good. Alright, I think I'll get an engine pipe to it maybe tomorrow. Since it heats up so good, it wouldn't take much to refire. Maybe we'll run a little engine on it and see how it does. Alright. Okay folks, we're firing back up here. I wasn't going to, but I decided to. We're back at 40 psi. I let it go down about 10. I have hooked up a hose, and this is probably dangerous because this is a hydraulic hose and it's not in very good shape. It's all I got right now. I'm going to just see if we can run this engine. I'm going to stay clear of that hose. This is only a 2.5 horsepower boiler. Seems to be holding steady at that speed. Try to slow down just a little bit. I got a feeling when we start adding water to it, it's going to start coming down quicker. But I didn't let it get up all the way. I just let it start it out at about 45. So. Pretty cool. Good for display. You can see my hose. It's not even a new hydraulic hose, it's a junk one. I don't think the heat will help it. Add a little water in. A little slow to put water in this way, but you know, you got to have a way to put it in. At least the piston's small enough that it definitely overcomes that the pressure. All right, folks, been running for a while. I've run out of gas in my little 20-pound cylinder, which I'm surprised because it felt like it was out when I first started. So I mean, it was light. So anyway, our temporary pump worked out really well. I got to figure out what I'm going to do on this boiler. I may or may not, like I said, sell it. I don't know. And it does good. It works good. So, pull one of my little engines out and running it. So, McElroy and Armoridge, I think is what that is. The Currituck, Iowa engine is where it was made at anyway. So good little running engine. It's got a little bit of a noise, but it's about down to, we're about down to nothing. We got 20 pounds. And we're completely out of gas. So I was really surprised on this burner how it worked. So normally I light right on the end of this, and I tried that and stuck it in there and it didn't work. So what I had to do was put it in there, turn it on, and light it under here so it don't burn off the end. It just puts, that's just to regulate the fuel going to the burner. So like I said, I never messed with this before. So originally there was a pilot right here. That was part of the pilot light that come off of the line that came off of the regulator that went to that. And then I guess you'd light it through this hole right here and it would run in. So, but it's not a problem, just to light it right over here at the side, and it takes off and does a really good job. I'm surprised, but like I said, that's the first time I'd have done any gas firing. So, all right. So I'll have some videos pretty soon on the, I've actually got videos of the wrecker that I done. I hadn't even posted a video of doing the pressure test and stuff on this yet, and I've been slack and way behind, and I want to do some videos on going and getting this steam engine to document it. And the other Corliss, it's a brick Corliss. And anyway, so just bear with me a little while on some steam engine videos. So if you don't like them, just don't watch them. It's pretty easy. You know, I'll have maybe some more car videos coming up. So anyway, appreciate everybody watching. Till next time, bye. Hey folks, Jonathan here. All right, I'm up in Virginia, an old house. Just wanted to show you, we're standing next to another big steam engine, and it's a 12 by 36 Corliss. And I've made a deal on this one and purchased it, and we're going to have to come back up here and get it out, and we're going to do some measurement on some bolts to get tools ready to make sure we got everything we need to get it apart. It's got some parts missing, just like everything I seem to run along. The parts that are missing are the parts that they took off when they moved it. Eccentric strap and rod, the bearing parts for here. I don't see them anywhere. I'm assuming that they're gone. Let me see, here's the tag. This is a Frick. You don't see too many Frick engines at all, and it's not Corliss. I don't know how many there are, but I mean it couldn't be but a handful anyway. So like I said, 12-inch bore, 36-inch stroke, 10-foot flywheel, so it's basically 2-inch smaller bore than my Bates that I'm running. And of course there's Frick Company, Waynesboro, PA. Missing the rod from here back with the eccentric. It's missing the rod from there forward to the wrist plate, missing all the linkage from the wrist plate. I do have the dash pots. We found them in the building. Hopefully, I don't know if it's going to be possible or not, but maybe if we get really lucky we can find some more of the stuff. The rods that run and all, but I mean whatever we got to do, this stuff can be made. And you know, hopefully the valve's been shut good and the cylinder's good. We can take the valves out and rework all of that. It's not a big deal there. There's a few parts, you know, that come with it, but not a lot. Most of the governor is missing. It's missing the balls in the top section. It's got the weight and the piece coming up that's been welded back on. So we may or may not pull part of that off before we. I don't think anybody's going to steal that though. So anything brass is gone. You know, that's normal stuff. We don't want to get anything else missing, but of course the things that got missing are just gone. The latching stuff's still there. The stuff that is really important is here. And we had a hard time IDing this engine because of the way it was made. You know, this is rounded at the front and the back. These are made different on all different engines. One of the guys actually said they thought that style was Frick, but we didn't think the rest was Frick because it don't look like Frick. But I guess it is. So we know for sure now, and I've looked at a bunch of Fricks and I didn't see one that looked like this. This is a heavy base version. The heavy base would be like you see it here. Light base would be like a standard coming down, just a single. I don't know why that dog don't like me back there, but okay, I'm gonna get some measurements on these bolts, and we're gonna go from there. So we'll know what size I need for like getting these off. And so we got 3 1/8. It's an odd size. It wasn't 3 either. That was definitely 3 1/8. Yeah. Anyway, we'll figure it out and get the sockets. Let me see. 3 1/8 on the main bolts. Same here. 3 1/4 might be better off. 3 1/4. 2 inch, pretty common. 1 3/4 common. So the 3 1/4 is what's going to be hard to get. 2 1/2. It's pretty common. So yeah, everything else is pretty common. All right. Another thing, I'm going to guess and say that this had a cast plate like my baits. I got it blocked up with wood, but as you can see, it's 1 1/2, 2 inches higher, and this is all the way down. So our big cast plate's missing, and we'll have to do something to compensate for that. Maybe a steel plate or something. But anyway, we hope the cylinders are good. The cylinder's good, ain't it? Either way, it's gonna get saved before it gets gone. All right.